out, cause I'm here now and I'm staying. Claws out, this the fight that I've been craving. I know there's something inside of me, but it's been masked by fear and anxiety. But no more, I'ma break out of the chains. Let's defiantly. Go! I'm waking up, this ain't enough. All of my dreams were starting to rust, but I believe that I can adjust. Positive thoughts, I'm starting to trust. Nothing's deserved unless you work. Something of worth requires an urge. I have been hurt by those at their worst, but that gave me will, some power, a surge.
And they know that I won't surrender, so they fear me as a contender. When I fight, they always remember, yeah. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. We came here to conquer, like we're monsters. We can last much longer, we do this for honor. We came here to conquer, like we're monsters. And we can last much longer. I am a hunter, I've been filled with demons and hunger. I am the thunder, I command the masses in numbers. Look at the fear in their eyes, this is what happens when you are surprised. It's time to meet your demise, just call me Zeus and look to the sky. Everything's amplified, no they cannot deny, I will be rectified. If you dissect me, find scars that you left behind. Injuries that define me to my core, they'll hear me roar like never before. The pain I absorbed is feeding my core. I'm hard to ignore, I'll beat down your door. If you wanted war, well then you got war.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of the Around the Valley podcast. Another good episode coming for you guys. We got
What's up, gentlemen?
Some news for pretty much every sport has broken out a little bit, so we're going to get to it. I got my two co-hosts with me, Randy and YTC. What's up, guys?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, boys?
All right. See, Taj is already here. What's up? Make sure to like the stream, guys, on every platform it's being shared on. But let's go ahead, get straight to it. All right. So, computer's actually working, so that's good. All right. So on Thursday, the Ravens beat the Bengals 34-20. Couple season-ending injuries here that are key for both teams. Joe Burrow's out for the year. Mark Andrews is out for the year. But the Ravens win a key divisional matchup. And what are you guys' thoughts on this game?
Well, Ravens established their dominance, I guess. I mean, they swept them already now. And, well, the main story of this game was just, the guys going down. OBJ went down. Mark Andrews went down. Joe Burrow went down. Lamar went down. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we already know Lamar's coming back, but it's crazy Mark Andrews and Joe Burrow got hurt, and they're out, for the year now. Unless, from what I heard earlier today, Mark Andrews comes back and they go on a deep playoff run for the Ravens. So, yeah, it's still unfortunate, though. It's key pieces of their offense, an overall team going down. You never want to see that. This year it's been overall horrible for injuries, to be honest. So, yeah, really horrible.
Randy?
Yeah, Lamar loses his number one target in Andrews now. And then I'm interested to see what the league does, because apparently Joe Burrow wasn't on the injured report list before the game with his injury to his wrist. But there was a video and photo of him getting off the plane having a tensor bandage type thing, kind of like wrapping his wrist. So interested to see what's going on there. If they were trying to I guess, yeah, you could say they were trying to hide an injury, but in big blow, now they got to go to their backup. Their season was been wishy-washy from the get-go. Next year they might not be able to afford T. Higgins. So what's going to happen there? So it's just a horrible season all in one, but the Ravens keep on winning. So, yeah.
Yep. So for this game, a lot of people keep, they're talking about what Logan Wilson did. Was it dirty or was it not? Because he pretty much ended Mark Andrews' season. I think he was the guy who injured Lamar, and he had to go to the tent because of him. So I just want to know, do you guys think that he should be disciplined? Do you think that was kind of a dirty game by Logan Wilson?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the full game. I only heard that he did the injury, but yeah, you don't ever want to, be the root of the reason, you cause these injuries. But I do think some disciplinary action needs to be implemented so that way, you can remind the league that, hits like these are intolerable. Like, we won't tolerate any injuries to any of the players because, we have to advocate for the safety over them. So, yeah, I'll probably let him off with like a 2 or 4 game suspension and probably fine him, to be honest. That's how I go about it.
Did they find the replacement for Vontaze Burfict? I mean, that guy always seems.
Ironically, he wears his jersey number,
right?
Yep.
So it's kind of odd. But I didn't see both plays, but I saw the replay of it, and like when there's smoke, there's fire, right? So I mean, if there's something there, and there's evidence that he's done it multiple times, it has to be addressed. Otherwise, he just doesn't know, or he's just gonna keep playing like that. And who's to say in a big, crucial game he doesn't take a player out, and like you said, ruin their season or potentially career. So
yeah, but see what the Ravens are like going forward. They got second seed right now. I don't know who let that happen, but we'll see how it goes there. But what's up, Kane? What's up, TOP? Logan Wilson should go to the Saints. Oh my god,
Bounty Gate.
We don't talk about that. But anyway, so
that was shit.
The Browns, without Deshaun Watson, beat the Steelers. It looks like the Steelers went back to reality this week after having kind of a good run, I guess, for the past few weeks. But the Browns win with their rookie quarterback 13-10 on a game-winning field goal. Both defenses in this game were good coming into this game, and obviously they showed it. I don't have much on this game, but who would have thought, like if you said like 3-4 years ago that the Browns would be 7-3, the Lions would be 7-3, and the Jaguars would be 7-3. It's just crazy. Or the Lions would be 8-2. Like that's crazy. How much?
They would say lay off the crack.
Yeah, but for this game though, you guys have anything on it?
Well, basically the Steelers are mid per usual. I don't know how the hell they're 6-4. Probably because of their defense. Their defense is carrying massively throughout the year. Their offense is one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. Like so very vanilla in this entire year. So, and Kenny Pickett, he's clearly the problem. They have to move on from him. From what I've seen, they're not gonna do any. He doesn't open up any playbooks for them. He's only holding them back, in my opinion. They got to get a better quarterback. Their skill positions are being wasted with him at quarterback.
Randy.
Yeah, man, that defense, that Jim Schwartz defense, it's for real. He's got those boys believing. They're flying all over the field. Got good corners, got good linebackers. The defensive line is solid, and they just need a comparable quarterback at this point, and somewhat of a decent run game, and they can make it happen, man, because they got that defense this year. Will they come back to reality at some point? Eventually, yeah, I feel. But right now, I mean, shit, they're believing. So, anybody facing the Browns know that it ain't going to be no easy pushover. That's for sure.
Yeah, Browns have been criminally underrated this year, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing this without Nick Chubb, too.
Yes.
It's got to be coaching from Stefanski. It's got to be coaching. If anybody, it's going to be between Stefanski and Dan Campbell for Coach of the Year in my eyes from what I'm seeing.
By the way, Chubb was at the game too. For those that didn't see or know, he came out in crutches, but he was at the game, giving everybody a positive vibe. So that was good too.
Yep. What's up, kid? Kane says the Eagles game will be tough. Want the Eagles to win, but yep, we'll get to that as soon as we're done with the games that went down yesterday. So we'll get to that. The Dolphins, I thought this game was going to be a blowout, but the Raiders were fighting pretty good until late in the game, and the Dolphins eventually won 20-13. So I don't have anything on this game, but I'm like, every single time I see the Dolphins, I get that vibe that they're kind of, because we all know they haven't been a team above 500 this season, and they kept it close with the Raiders with rookie quarterback and an interim head coach. So you guys can say what you want if you guys have any thoughts on this game, but I don't know what you guys think. I'm starting to feel like Miami's kind of fraudulent now that I think about it. But I don't know what you guys think. So as far as this,
I can see it because they've been inconsistent throughout the whole year. Miami's been on and off. I mean, Tua's not a guy that can play on the blitz because I think the Eagles showed it already against when they played him, and the other teams that played him when they blessed him enough, he started getting under duress and he couldn't get in a rhythm and he couldn't improvise getting pressured. So I feel he's that type of quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I feel like the Dolphins right now, they're just living off that 70-20 beating they gave the Broncos, to be completely honest. They're fool's gold. I think they're the fool's gold team in the NFL right now. Remember how we called the Vikings last year frauds? Because once they got into the playoffs, they crumbled like worse than a cookie bar. So if that's the case this year and that is them, I feel like that I hate like YTC said, we as long as well as other teams gave the blueprint, as long as you can get pressure on Tua, you can take away a Waddle, you can take away a Hill. So they're one dimensional at that point. So
yep. But as far as the Raiders go, ever since they got rid of their coach, they've been playing pretty tough. So
yeah,
I'll give them credit for that. I highly doubt they'll make him the head coach going forward, though, just because it's the Raiders. But yeah, but so So next game, Detroit beat Chicago 31-26, and I don't know, because when I saw the score in the fourth quarter, I thought that was a loss on my picks, but the Bears had a 26-14 lead with I think it was 3 minutes left, and they gave up,
wow.
And then they gave up a safety on the I think it was the first play. They gave up a safety to seal the deal. So Detroit is 8-2. I'm not gonna bash Detroit for almost losing to this team just because it's a divisional game and anything can happen in divisional games, but I don't know. Justin Fields comes back and they just lose right away in another embarrassing fashion. So, YTC, you have anything on this game? Because I don't know if you saw.
I don't know what the hell happened in this game because from the way the Bears fan, Michael, who comes on here, was praising Justin Fields was lighting it up like he did versus the Broncos and Commanders. The way he was praising, but then after he did, they choked all of a sudden. Once again, it comes down to coaching, not playing discipline enough, and not playing under 2-minute warning offense when they have the ball. They're not playing strategic football, putting the game away. You have to be able to do that if you want to win in today's games. Being able to close out games is essential, especially when you're in one-score games. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yep, Randy.
Yeah, man. I watched this game on and off between that and the Chargers and Packers game, and I was like, every time I came back, it was like I was right at the play right before Goff hit the ball and threw the pick. And I was like, I came back both 3 times on him throwing the pick. I was like, shit, am I the bad luck? And then all of a sudden I got a phone alert saying the Lions have a chance to come back, will they, with 5 minutes left. And I was, okay. So I go in and I sat there and I watched the game. And just, if you want to talk about a team just getting on the back of a guy and being like, let's go, David Montgomery was like, I'm going to burn these motherfuckers for getting rid of me and not bringing me back. And he was him in that final drive, man. And then obviously Hutchinson came off the corner, right first play, basically was cooked all day. Their tackle actually took care of him pretty well the whole game up until the one point they needed him. And the first play, Hutch got home, and then their tackle actually kicked the ball, and he kicked it out of bounds. Therefore, it was recorded as safety. And 12 points in 3 minutes. It was like, holy shit.
Crazy. Chicago, if you get the first pick, you got to think about getting rid of Fields again. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Detroit, they got Green Bay on Thanksgiving, so we'll see what happens there. I'll definitely be watching that game. Moving on, though. Jaguars, Titans in an AFC South game. We saw this coming. The Jaguars annihilated them 34-14. Calvin really had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. And honestly, I feel like this game should have been a shutout because I saw the fourth quarter when Tennessee finally got 14 on the board, and it was just garbage time. So the Titans, the only thing I got for the Titans is Hopkins. How do you feel now? I mean, if you're gonna go to this team, you might as well should have just stayed with us. That's how I feel about that. But as far as Jacksonville goes, they got a division game. They have C.J. Stroud next week, so that'll be a good game to watch. That game is actually for first place in the division too. So
yeah, I got that anticipated game.
As far as this game goes, do you guys have anything? I know this game was kind of we all saw it coming. So
I mean, the Jaguars got blown out the week before, so this was them just taking out their frustrations on the Titans, who are, on a rebuild, obviously, and needed Super Bowl Levis practically at this point. So, yeah, that's how it is.
Yep, Randy.
Titan fans, you guys just need to draft.
Fire Mike Vrabel.
At this point, you might as well build around Levis at this point, give him to next year and see what happens.
Yeah.
Dude, I think they need to get rid of Vrabel, too, because I feel like he's had quarterbacks and he's just never been able to develop them.
Yeah.
Because Mariota still sucks. Malik Willis looked lost anytime he played last year, and now
Tannehill, of course.
Yeah, and Tannehill didn't get any better when he went there, so I feel like they kind of need to make a change at coaching too. But that's just what I think. But
yeah, anytime they made the playoffs, there was their defense that carried them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their defense that carries them.
And Derrick Henry running over defenses.
Yeah, sorry, and the King. That's right, and the King. Yeah.
Yeah.
The King, he had
28 yards.
He had 20 yards in this game, I think.
Damn, they contained the hell out of him.
Or was that the week before? I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it was this week. He sucked this week.
Yeah, basically.
Either way, that's impressive in its own right.
Right.
So, I picked the Chargers in this game, but part of me kind of was 50-50 on it because I feel like the Chargers are just as long as Brandon Staley is the coach, they're not going to win games that they're supposed to win because, I mean, they gave up 23 to Jordan Love and they let the Packers win. Packers win at home, though. Chargers just need to fire Brandon Staley. That's, by the looks of this, that's all I got to say. But you guys have anything on this game? I know, Randy, you said you watched it, but, YTC, you have anything on this game?
What, the Chargers game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they choked at the end. And also, Quentin Johnson, how do you drop that at the end? You had a 70-yard game winner right there, and he dropped it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either way, they shouldn't have been in that position. Their defense is horrible. And once again, it's predicated on coaching. Brandon Staley's awful.
Yeah, they lost Bosa really quick. Hopefully,
Herbert's about to get wasted over there.
Too bad. But like you said, Quentin Johnson, high pick at TCU, was basically known as a stretch guy where you just kind of get him the ball and he's like the one-on-one 50-50 guy. And he hasn't been proven to be that kind of guy they can lean on. Mike Williams is out. Keenan Allen had himself a game, but they need a number 2. And Joshua Palmer just can't be that guy. He's a number 3. So at this point, I thought sure Brandon Staley would have been on the plane, but it wouldn't have been the team plane. They would have fired his ass before he got to the plane, and they would have done something to shake up the team because, like you said, this is definitely a game they should have won because it wasn't like the Packers had their best players either. Aaron Jones left the game with an ankle injury as well, or a leg injury, I think. Yeah. They were beat up as well, but at times Jordan Love looked like a vintage Aaron Rodgers out there dropping dimes to his receivers, and it's just that shouldn't happen. And you guys got a defense at times that on paper should be a lot better and haven't proven it. So yeah, man, it's annoying listening to Staley at the presser making excuses and saying this, that, and the third. It's like when you know that this person's the excuse or the issue, it's just like listening to somebody scream all day. It's just it's annoying, So it's he needs to go.
It is what it is. TOP. Bears are a sadistic organization at this point. They take pleasure in torturing their fans. Damn. All right. Well, my turn. So Houston beat us when I thought this game was going to be a blowout. I picked the Texans in a massacre win over us, but we kept it close, 21-16. There's a lot of controversy in this game, especially on our part. Now, at the beginning of this game, we started off really good. We had an opening drive touchdown. It only took Kyler Murray 3 plays to find Rondale Moore in the end zone for his first touchdown of the year. So as soon as we got Kyler back, he's making Rondale Moore look like a Pro Bowler now. So that's good. But after that, C.J. Stroud went crazy on us. Like, he was finding Tank Dell on every single target. There was one point in the game where he had 8 straight completions and like 6 or 7 of them were for first downs. So C.J. Stroud was killing us in this game. And a big reason for that is because our defensive back, number 1, is Marco Wilson, and I never liked him. I've never been high on him. He gave up 8 receptions for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I think there were 11 targets. So that's by far one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive back performance I've ever seen on my team in this history. And that's saying a lot because I know there's been a lot in my lifetime of watching this team. But you take away some of those yards, maybe our defense wouldn't have to play as good as they did in the second half in order for us to win this game. But in the first half, it was 21-10. We came out in the second half right away. We stop them on a 3-and-out, and then we get the ball, get a touchdown. We fail a 2-point attempt. Kyler Murray, his offensive line could not protect him in this game, and that's why, he had to run the way he ran. He had to run on the 2-point attempt. And, it's a good thing that he's a smart quarterback and he just slides and he doesn't try to get those extra yards because that's what he has to do coming off an injury like that. And our O-line has to play better aside from Paris Johnson because it's the left side that annoys me because it's Kyler Murray's blind side that you have to worry about, and that's just the most annoying part of this team so far. But in that third quarter where we were picking up some momentum and it looked like we had a chance to take the lead, here we go with the officiating on special teams. They punt it to us, and our returner signals it to hit the ground. And one of the guys that was blocking for Dortch, the football hit the Texans special teamer who was trying to make the tackle. The ball hit him, but they said that it hit the Cardinals blocker. So they reviewed it and they gave the ball back to Houston, which I don't know if you guys saw the replay, but if you look at a specific angle, it clearly shows that the ball did not touch the Cardinals blocker whatsoever, but they gave it back to Houston, and that completely ruined our momentum. And then luckily the ball doesn't lie, and C.J. Stroud threw an interception right away. So we had the ball at midfield. Why is Jonathan Gannon, I should say, running the ball on 4th and 4? So they ran the ball and we turned it over on downs, and then C.J. Stroud throws another pick, and that's why I don't really blame the refs because C.J. Stroud kept turning the ball over to the point to where it looked like he wanted us to win this game, but our offense just didn't manage it well enough. So that's why we lost this game. You can blame the refs all you want. In some ways, I kind of do blame them just because they ruined our momentum in this game. But it is what it is. We're 2-9 this season now, and we got the Lambs next week. So let's just take our anger out on them. That's one of the only games I care about winning this season going forward. So those are my thoughts. This game was well fought. Unfortunately, we couldn't win, but at least we didn't get blown out like I thought we were going to. But you guys have anything on this game, really?
This game could have went 50-50 with the way it's ended. I would have been possibly wrong in this game. So that's why I picked it a one-score game with Houston, but I wouldn't be shocked if I was wrong. It could have went either way, like you said, but yeah, it was the penalties and, basically not capitalizing points off the turnovers because it's unacceptable. You get the ball twice at midfield and you don't score not at least once. It's very baffling. It's also, it comes to coaching and, play design, and, situational execution of football. From that point, if you can't score off of 2 turnovers and you're at midfield starting, definitely on that.
Yep. Randy, you got anything?
I saw that it was close. I didn't get a lot of this game, but I saw that you guys were keeping it close, and you guys basically didn't let them score at all in the second half. And but yeah, you guys couldn't muster up anything really. So I was wondering what Gannon was doing, but yeah.
Poor decision making. Yep. What's up, Crazy Juice? What's up, RQ? You can blame Damien on. Wait, what, Randy?
What's up, Juice?
Oh. All right. So Cowboys blew out the Panthers. No surprise here.
Shocker.
I was kind of interested in it though, because it was 17-10 for a majority of the game.
Yeah.
And I think it was the fourth quarter when they finally started pushing it away. Bryce Young threw a pick and it led to a touchdown, I think. And then that's pretty much where the massacre started. But Cowboys eventually blew them out. Panthers just cannot do anything right now. So you guys have anything on this game? Because this game was
Fuck the Cowboys.
Not much.
Fuck the Cowboys.
I mean, this was screw the Cowboys, and unfortunately, this game, it was expected. Panthers have been horrible this year. Bryce Young hasn't shown anything. I don't know what the team's gonna do. They're about to fire Frank Wright again and stuff. That organization's a mess.
Yeah. All right, YTC, your turn. The Giants beat the Commanders 31-19, and I actually picked the Giants because history doesn't lie. The Giants own the Commanders, so I was right about it. So Giants win. They put up 31 with Tommy DeVito. That I was shocked about. DeVito had a really good game.
Tommy DeVito, yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked, all right. I'm like, no way this guy that got blown out versus the Cowboys, and also threw a pick against the Raiders was going to, beat the Commanders who were trying to come back and win at home. I didn't think we were going to get lucky twice, but shockingly, the offense did their job. Our defense just probably has a blueprint against that Sam Howell, because against any other team, Sam Howell looks like a top 10 quarterback for the majority of the point, but then he looks completely trash, like turning the ball over. And I mean, turn the ball over like 6 times horrible against us for some reason. So I'm more confident moving forward, picking us every time at this point against the Commanders. I might as well just mark it as an automatic W, I guess, because I don't know what happened. They keep turning the ball over. It's been multiple games they played against us. They keep turning the ball over, and plus their O-line's being an issue as well. K-Ball just loves playing against that team. He has 4 sacks in those 2 meetings of his 10 sacks he has right now against them. That's crazy. So goes to show you, it's definitely a coaching, with Washington at this point. They're gonna have to fire Ron from what I've seen.
Yep. Are you happy about it though? Because y'all are number 5 in the draft now.
Woo!
Number 5 in the draft.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we have 2 second-round picks in up first, so we can trade up if we need to.
Yep. All right. Randy, you got anything on this game?
No, just that Riverboat Ron won't be a head coach for very long. So this one, his quarterback cost them too many turnovers, and the Giants were able to pull one out.
I know Taj is upset. Damn.
Yeah, because he wants Caleb. I know.
He wants Caleb.
You don't want Penix?
I don't want Caleb.
Hey, listen, I'd rather have Penix. The only quarterback I don't trust is Drake May.
Yeah,
he feels firm. That's it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the same reason I crap on Sam Howell. That's why I don't trust him.
Yeah, I get it. But anyway, Giants got the Patriots next week in a tank bowl, so we'll see how that goes.
Who would have thought the Giants and Patriots in 2 Super Bowls were moving me when Tom Brady was there, Eli Manning was there, turned into a toilet bowl years later.
Crazy.
Times have changed, right?
We'll see.
Times have changed.
But
before this game would have been anticipated if Eli and Tom Brady were playing, so
how it is though. All right.
Because of the history, yeah.
The 49ers beat the Buccaneers 27-14. Obviously, I picked the Niners. I didn't see Tampa really getting around them. Brock Purdy had an amazing game though. I saw his stat line on Twitter. It was pretty good. So Brock Purdy had a solid game. Tampa Bay, I guess you still have a chance to win your division just because of how ass it is, but they keep losing, and the Niners win 27-14. So you guys have any thoughts on this game?
Well, they've handled business. Tampa Bay's been very inconsistent this whole entire year. They're one of those teams that are going to be, lingering in the playoff picture, but they probably won't make the playoffs unless their division, opens up opportunity. I don't see them as a playoff team. But they've been inconsistent just as Baker has. Some games will show up, some games they won't. But it's a lot of inconsistency, and their defense isn't the same as it used to be secondary-wise. So that's why Brock Purdy was just starting up their whole secondary. But that's practically what it was.
Yep. Randy.
I didn't see this game, so I don't really have much to say on it.
All right. No worries. All right. Woo. I picked Buffalo. I did not think it was going to be this like bad of a game though.
Yeah.
I thought like after they lost to Denver, I could have seen the Jets getting a couple picks on Josh Allen. They only got one, but obviously that didn't matter. But the Bills win a division game. They tie the series with the Jets 32-6. And we'll get to Zach Wilson after we're done with all the other games. But for now, the Bills, they're trying to make a comeback for the wild card, or if the Dolphins start falling apart, maybe win the division again. So
hang on, before we move to that point, I got to mention one more fact I forgot to mention during the Giants segment. Tommy DeVito has more multiple passing TD games than Kenny Pickett, by the way. In 4 games compared to 23.
Wow. All right,
yeah,
but for
go
the
ahead.
Jets and Bills game, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Bills handled business, but yeah, once again, the offense, just like the other New York counterpart, the Jets' offense is just as, crap as well, so they can't sustain drives, their defense gets wasted. And eventually, Buffalo was going to crack one on them, and then they started running up the score. I saw the game. The game wasn't delayed because, somebody, almost had another DeMar Hamlin situation. He got stretched out the ambulance, so that's why the game was delayed. But yeah, overall, they took care of business because they couldn't sustain drives, and eventually the Jets defense was going to crack. So yeah.
Yep, Randy.
It's kind of ironic to see only game that the Jets haven't really like made a quarterback that's a top tier quarterback this year look kind of like trash. It was definitely a new look Bills. I don't know if that's because of Joe Brady or not, but but you never know. You're right. You never know. Yeah, they pulled this one. They pulled this one out. But like Zach Wilson, man, oh shoot, he's number 3 now on the depth chart apparently.
Yep. Get to that in a little bit. I still feel like the Bills scapegoated Ken Dorsey just because Josh Allen kept turning the ball over. But that's just it is what it is. Next game. I don't know how the Rams keep winning games like this, like games that they're supposed to lose. Really starting to get annoying. But they beat the Seahawks 17-16. I saw Geno Smith kind of threw the game away a little bit, but Rams win an NFC West game. They play us next week, so hopefully we can send them back to reality. But they beat the Seahawks for now. I'm not complaining because one of my division teams lost at least, so I'll take it. But you guys have anything on this game? I know this game was kind of, by the looks of it, was kind of boring, but you guys have anything?
What game?
The Rams and Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. Didn't the Seahawks had a bigger lead and they choked?
I think they were up 17 or 16-7 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they choked.
And then they blew it. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I will say, though, Stafford went down with an injury, so he might not be 100%. So you guys might be facing Carson Wentz.
Oh my God.
Carson Wentz?
Yes, sir.
If we lose to Carson Wentz.
No way Kyler Murray loses to Carson Wentz.
No way.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, my God.
Did a couple of years ago when he was on the.
Hey, listen! Don't lose to the paraplegic. Come on now.
Don't lose to shoot first, ass last. Carson Wentz.
Jeez, dude. So last night the Broncos beat the Vikings. I thought the Vikings had this game, but I think what was it 20-9 at one point or something like that. And Broncos came back. Cortland Sutton had a hell of a game. Russell Wilson is kind of, I wouldn't say returning, but he's looking better. And the Broncos are 500 again. So no clue. I don't know what went wrong with the Vikings in this game, but the Broncos, they just pull it out at home. So you guys have any thoughts on this game? Because this game was pretty good.
I mean, Broncos country. Somehow they came back. I don't know how. Somehow they survived, and now they're starting to cook what they were supposed to a year ago, according to their fans. But yeah, Vikings once again they choked. They're an inconsistent team. just like the quarterback, playing under snap, as much as Josh Dobbs has, come to the zone, he's very inconsistent. So, yeah, this was one of the games, he proved it, obviously. Why, he's barely a starter in the NFL and not above average starter for a reason, and why he's been to 5 different teams. It showed up in this game. So, yeah, that's from what I've seen.
Yep. Randy?
Yeah, man. The Josh Dobbs effect kind of falls off right now, and no more. I saw a stat last night where it said win or lose for playoffs, and it was said right now, if the Vikings were to win, they would move their chances to 96% chances of making the playoffs at 7-4. But if a loss, it moved them to 80. For the Broncos, if they lost, they moved them down to 0.2%, but if they won, it put them at 55%. So them winning was obviously a bigger deal, even if the Vikings lose, because they still have a bigger lead or still have a winning record. But the Broncos pull it off because that defense, man. I know it's just Vance Joseph, but it's the players they have out there. I understand that Singleton is the most missed tackler in the league right now. He has the most missed tackles, but they have other guys that make plays. They have other guys on that team that believe in the system, and right now they found a way to get to 500. Now let's see what they can do.
Yep. Do what happens. But tonight we got a Super Bowl rematch. The Eagles and the Chiefs in Kansas City in less than a few hours. So this should be a good game. This is actually probably the only primetime game I'm actually going to watch this year. So, but Randy, I'll let you go first. So, a quick preview on this game. How do you see the Eagles doing today?
Well, as it sits, week 3 we were considered one of the top rushing teams in the league. We lost Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens went out. We've seen a little bit of a drop off with the fill-ins of either Sua Opeta or Alex Steen. So Cam Jurgens is officially off IR. Today he will be activated. What better time than to come into a game where the 17th ranked team on defense versus the run, which is 112 yards per game, lets us come knocking on the door with a DeAndre Swift. And by the way, we've activated Rashad Penny, played him a little bit last week. He did well, so I hope to see a bit of more of him and or Boston Scott. So, Kenneth Gainwell. But for us to win, it's going to have to be through the run. We're going to have to get that play action going with A.J. Brown on the corner. We're going to, sprinkle in a little bit of skinny Batman as well. Can't forget about him. And I'm interested to see if the Eagles actually incorporate big Albert O. We traded for him from the Broncos. Obviously, we only gave up a 6, but now that we don't have Goddard for a little bit, it'd be interesting to see who's going to step up in that tight end position. But overall, I have the Eagles winning 28-21.
Okay. YTC, if you have any quick preview thoughts on this game, go ahead. But what's your score prediction?
My score prediction is I had actually Philadelphia winning as well, only because they're going to be more motivated after they lost the Super Bowl. Usually the team that loses to another team in the playoffs usually comes back motivated. So I took for that fact that they're going to be more, driven after the Super Bowl outcome and how it ended to, actually win this game. So I got the Eagles winning 31-30.
Okay. I got Philadelphia 37-35. Shootout.
All right.
Got it being a shootout. Go ahead and guys in the chat, drop your score predictions on this game.
That's right, King.
Yep.
Go Birds.
So before we move on to some other sports, so some news came out today that the Jets are benching Zach Wilson. And son of a bitch. All right, and they're starting Tim Boyle Friday against the Dolphins. So they moved Zach Wilson. I guess he was that ass the other day that they moved him to QB3, not QB2, QB3. And
oh my God.
Not only did they bench him for Tim Boyle, they technically benched him for Trevor Siemian too.
Yep.
So 'cause he's the QB too. So my thoughts on this is that if the Jets want to do anything and make a comeback for the playoffs, they better hope that Rodgers injury was overhyped, because unless that happens, he comes back and he wins out or whatever, the Jets are screwed for the rest of this season, even though I feel like they already are. But we'll see how how it goes moving forward. But YTC, what do you have anything on this news? Because this is crazy.
On this news, oh my God. Hey, listen, Jets fans were talking all that crap, about they had the best quarterback, when they drafted him out of BYU because of one viral throw, and they thought it was going to amount to on a consistent basis. How's that going now? I don't think it's going really well now. They thought they were going to have a consistent basis type of level of that one throw he did. But no, that goes to show you the Jets they're going to be wasted because their defense is too good to be wasted on, but on a horrible play calling and also, a turnstile at quarterback, when it comes to injuries or overall play when they draft them. They just don't get it right. It's always the quarterback. It doesn't matter if they get a good defense or skill position. It's always the quarterback. That's how I feel with that team. Until they get a quarterback right that's actually homegrown from them, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yep. Randy?
Well, yeah, like YTC said, they need a quarterback. It's clear as day. Obviously, I don't know if anybody heard the rumors that apparently Aaron Rodgers has told the organization that he could be ready to start warming up December 2nd, which is next Saturday, in a couple Saturdays from now.
Oh my God, he's desperate.
They are 4-6, so I get that. They're 2 games below 500, but this is their opponents moving forward. Week 12, they have Miami. Then they have week 13, they have Atlanta. Week 14, Houston. Then week 15, Miami again. Then Washington, Cleveland, and then they finish out the season against New England. I mean, who's to say if Rodgers does come back? I'm not saying that's going to help the old line because it's definitely not. But he can make a run on it. I heard that he's got to have Dolphins making love above his ankle to heal it quicker. So whatever works, do it. So, but no, their biggest issue is a quarterback. It's also an offensive line as well. So,
yep. Hold up. Yeah, but overall, Jets. What does Jets stand for? Just end the season. So.
Yep, just end the season.
All right. So for NBA, we don't really have that much. So let's take a look at how the players are doing so far. So I know stats aren't everybody's thing or whatever, but so season leaders so far. So this is actually pretty interesting, and for some categories. So Joel Embiid is leading the league once again with pretty much 32 points a game. Kevin Durant has 31.5 on an average. And I find that interesting because he's not even top 10 on the MVP candidate list right now. So I find that interesting. Luka averaging 30, Steph Curry averaging 30, SGA averaging almost 30. So by the looks of this, we got some guys that can really make a run for MVP this season. So overall, I guess we could kind of make predictions, I guess, but I know it's only been 13, 14 games or whatever, some shit like that. But based off of what you guys see right here, who do you think is the best player in the league so far? And chat, you guys can answer this too. So I don't know if you guys.
There's a lot, in my opinion, so I don't have a definitive answer, I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to think.
For MVP, I feel like SGA is a dark horse, but I mean, he's been killing it so far. Same thing. I know Chet Holmgren, they've been carrying that Thunder team lately, but some pretty interesting stuff right here. Let's see. Yeah, Shea's leading the league in steals per game. So there's a lot of interesting things right here, but I'm going to be biased a bit just because, I mean, how's KD not top 10 in the MVP? That's what I think I would say, but yeah, I'll be biased for a little bit. But Randy, do you have an MVP pick so far, or a guy that you think is in the front running?
Right now, it's got to be It's got to be Embiid, man, for me. Just because new coach, new system, and he still leads the league in points. I understand he is who he is as a human being, but you think there'd be a little drop off. No, he's averaging more this time of the season than he did last year at this time. So there has to be something to be said about the system, and there has to be something said about James Harden leaving. So for me right now, it has to be that. But KD is a very close second. Like, very close.
Yep. All right. I guess, let's look at the standings for now. So the Celtics took first seed. They have the best record in the NBA now at 11-2. Sixers went down to second, but they're still playing really good. Milwaukee made a comeback. They're 9-4 now. So they're looking good now. Miami's 8-5. So they're doing good so far, too. I think they started 1-5 this year, or 1-4 this year, too.
Yeah.
So they're really good right now. Orlando's 8-5. I picked Orlando to be a mid team. I didn't think they'd be this good though so far, but they're doing it. YTC, the Knicks are 8-5. They've won 3 in a row, and you guys are right now. So, have the Knicks been doing good so far in your book?
Yeah, I guess so far they've been doing their job. Brunson's been carrying per usual. The defense is getting I think one of the best in rebounding. So we've been putting up a lot of points, and we've been not turning the ball over as we used to before, so it's been leading the wins basically, and also it does help we have a softer schedule till we play the harder teams. We rack up a few wins there and then, so I'll take it.
I know one of the harder teams on Sunday you're playing, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. Pacers 7-5. I mean, yeah, they lost to Orlando the other day. I still feel like they're doing good though. Cleveland 7-6. The Hawks 6-6. They've lost 2 in a row. The Nets are 6-7, lost 2 in a row. Randy, your Raptors are 11th at 6-7. So
we won last night. We beat the Pistons.
You guys beat the Pistons last night. You blew them out too. So
yeah,
I don't know how. I hear a lot of people saying Dennis Schroeder's playing really good. So how are the Raptors?
He is. Yeah, he. What a pickup. I'm surprised the guy was available and nobody really kind of swooped him up because his defense, like. At times, when I watched Laker games or watched him play, I was like I always hated him as the opponent because I'm like, man, this guy just like won't leave guys alone. Like he's like a fly or a gnat at a barbecue, man. You could swat that stun gun, but he's gonna still be right there, right beside you. And that kind of rubs off on the team a little bit. He's kind of been the dog. I will say Grady Dick has been a little bit underwhelming. The high pick, not getting a lot of run time, and then when he does, he puts up some pretty odd shots. He usually has crooked stats at the end of the game, but he does hustle. He does play some good defense. But right now, I think the moment's just a little big for him right now. Again, it's still early, but we'll see what happens here down the road. But Scotty Barnes has definitely taken this, like I said, a big step forward. A lot of trade rumors about Pascal and OG, so that'll keep swirling until the trade deadline is done and gone. But a lot of rumors that apparently the Sacramento Kings want Pascal and OG. So,
oh wow,
if I can get Keegan Murray and some draft picks, I myself would love that.
Yeah, that'd be good. Chicago's 5. Yep, blow it up. Hornets 3-9. Jesus. Wizards 2-10, and I actually hear that they're going to get rid of Jordan Poole eventually already.
What?
So, yeah, I heard that they're going to get rid of Jordan Poole already.
Wow.
So, Warriors won the Chris Paul trade. Who would have thought? But and the Pistons have lost 11 in a row, and they're 2-12.
Hey, Washington, you know where to send Jordan Poole, by the way, up north.
They invested all that money. The Pistons invested all that money in Monty Williams just for that, just to finish fifth again. Maybe you'll be last again to get Cooper Flag in 2026. But anyway. All right. In the West, look at this. The Timberwolves are number 1.
Right?
Wow.
OKC's tied for number 1 at 10-4. Like who? This is how competitive the West is. Nuggets 9-4, Kings 8-4, Mavs 9-5. Yep, keep going down, Dallas. Keep going down. Lakers 8-6, Rockets 6-5, Suns are 7-6. But I feel like we're gonna get somewhere in the top seeds pretty soon, just because we're getting our guys back slowly. We're kind of getting our momentum going a little bit. The team chemistry is getting up there pretty good. Turnovers have kind of gone down a little bit for us, so that's actually helpful. The last few games, though, I mean, last night we gave up 26 offensive rebounds to the Jazz. So, granted, we still won in double overtime because KD did his thing. But other than that, I mean, let's see, we got Portland tomorrow. I'm definitely watching that game because a certain softy is returning to Phoenix tomorrow for an in-season tournament game. So
I will say though, they do have pretty big guys though on the Utah Jazz. Like when it comes to like Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen and so on, right? So guys who can rebound.
Yeah, but Walker didn't play in either of those games that we played.
Shite! Never mind.
Despite all that, they still had 26 offensive rebounds the other day. But I digress. We're looking better than we did a week and a half ago, so I'll take it. Yeah. Pelicans 6-7. They started off good too, and then they fell off again. So Warriors are
inconsistency.
The Warriors have lost 6 games in a row.
Wow.
So yeah, that's 2
of them are to OKC back to back.
Not just that, but I mean Curry going down clearly made them a different team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, obviously. Clippers 4-7. How's that James Harden shit working out for you still? I got. Oh, you beat the Rockets on a game winner. What do you do? You're 4-7. You're 1-5 with James Harden, and you're not gonna do anything in the future. So there you go. Jazz 4-9. Grizzlies 3-10. Man, they need Ja Morant back like crazy ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Trailblazers 3-10, and the Spurs have lost 8 in a row when they fell to last place. Crazy. But
I will say TRL, sorry to cut you off, but I will say though the Grizzlies are getting rid of Tyus Jones to the Wizards. That was stupid. Like he was a big piece for them off the bench.
Yeah. Look at the Thunders are legit. Oh my god. Braun with the clutch free throws. Hey, I always like seeing LeBron beat Dylan Brooks. That's the only time I think it's funny when the Lakers win. Yes, I do mean DeAndre Ayton. He's coming back to Phoenix tomorrow for an in-season tournament game. We better whoop his ass. But there you go. Warriors pack his glory now. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to throw something before we get to MLB free agency. I'm going to throw something new in here, and that's college football. So throw this in here. So I didn't pull up the games from last week just because, I mean, the teams that we thought were going to win, they kind of did win, so it is what it is. Plus, I don't really watch the games. I just see how it goes a little bit. But Georgia's number 1, and Ohio State moved up to number 2. Michigan's number 3. Washington moved up to number 4. And what I want to bring up is Florida State went down to number 5 because Jordan Travis is definitely out for the year. So I don't know if you guys found out about that, but do you think Jordan Travis, I don't know if you saw his injury, but his ankle was pretty messed up, or his entire foot for that matter. So do you guys think that moves down his draft stock a little bit? And just overall thoughts on that if you guys saw what happened?
What, Jordan Travis?
Yeah. He got out for the year.
Anytime you have a significant injury, of course your stock's going to go down because teams are taking a big risk drafting on, a guy with injury histories if they decide to go that route and think he can, fit their system and what they want to do. So, yeah, it's very risky going for guys, with injury history, especially when you're going into today's NFL with much bigger bodies blitzing at you, getting at full speed. So, yeah, you got to be more resilient to play in this league. So, yeah.
Yep. Randy, you got anything on that?
Yeah, man, you see it all the time. I mean, like, shoot, I know it's a different sport, but I mean, the Raptors drafted OG Anunoby in the second round when he was pegged to be potentially a late first round pick, and then people didn't want to waste a first on him, but the Raptors did. We just stashed him, and then now everybody on their mama wants an OG Anunoby on their team, and there's only one, so it's gonna hurt his stock a little bit. But if somebody's able to snag him in later rounds and kind of have the right system built around him, it could be the biggest steal of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who let Washington get to number 4, but somebody better knock their ass out. So, because I can't stand Washington.
What the?
Sorry,
Washington.
My Ducks are number 6, and they gave us that loss.
Yeah, y'all beat my team.
I know. Sorry.
It is what it is. I'll say this though, with Jordan Travis out, I don't know how good their backup is, but they fuck around and lose, and then or somebody in the top 4 loses because it doesn't look like they will. But
Michigan and Ohio State this Saturday.
Yeah, so gonna lose. So Oregon could climb their way up to 4 pretty soon if that happens.
Yep.
So, or 4 at least, and have a chance. But
exactly, you're right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I see we're 13th right now. So yeah.
And we play Oregon State on
Oklahoma.
Friday on the 24th. So.
Yep. Arizona has
You're 15th ranked, so.
U of A 16, you bums. Fuck out of here. All right. Other than that, yeah, that's about all I got for college football. It's looking pretty good for the playoffs though this year, unlike last year. So, but for MLB, so some news went down for the past few days or somewhere around there. So the Philadelphia Phillies re-signed Aaron Nola to a 7-year contract for $72 million. So that was pretty much the first move in the free agency, or the first big move, I guess. But so this was big for Philadelphia. There were a lot of teams that were offering Aaron Nola much more money, but he turned it down to stay in Philly. I'm actually surprised that he didn't get paid more than what he got. So, you guys have any thoughts on this signing? It's really big for the Phillies. So,
yeah, it is. I mean, Randy would know more. He's a Phillies fan, but not the Phillies. Oh, because I keep confusing you with fucking Mitch. I confused it with Mitch. I meant, I know Mitch and the other guys are happy though overall about this move because it's one of the key pieces, and it's vital to their leadership and overall playing moving forward. So crucial signing got done. I mean, some guys take less, just to be with the, because they like the culture around and they like the, the leadership among the team and stuff. That's why teams, guys usually take less than what the market value is. So,
yeah, Randy, you got anything?
Yeah, man. They were able to keep a guy that wanted to stay, and like YTC said, he took a little bit of a hometown discount to maybe help them spend a little bit somewhere else if they feel like they need to bolster another position somewhere. So, but a big fish off the board, that's for sure. So.
Yep, and another free agency signing that went down today, Lance Lynn is returning to the St. Louis Cardinals on a 1-year, $10 million deal. I mean, that's not a big signing, but, I mean, he's not on the Dodgers anymore, so I guess I'll take it, but we'll see. And so the MLB has opened up free agency talks with Japanese pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto. I'm still saying that shit wrong, but anyway. The Phillies, Diamondbacks, and Tigers are new suitors for him. So, shit, if our owner actually fucking spends money for once and we get the pitcher that we need, shit, crazy expectations for this team that I would have. But to be honest, I feel like he's going to a New York team, but that's just what I think. But I don't know what you think about it.
What do you think?
Japanese pitcher Yamamoto.
Oh, Yamamoto, okay.
Yeah. But YTC, I know you weren't here when we were talking about the rumor last week, but Juan Soto is predicted to get traded to the Yankees. So
yeah, I saw that. I've heard that for a long while. I'm not surprised. I'll say whatever.
Think it's gonna happen though?
Man, I think if anything, we're probably gonna go get. We're more than likely gonna go get Bellinger, and we might go get another key piece on the pitching rotation to help out with Garrett Cole, so he doesn't have to carry the whole team around. They're gonna get someone else back there. So yeah.
Well,
I expect the move to be made on offense, but yeah.
So apparently, the Blue Jays are sleepers on Ohtani.
Also, wouldn't be shocked if we got him too. But yeah, I'm more counting on Bellinger coming to the Yankees. That's just me though.
Mm.
Mr. Rogers is not that. He's a cheap SOB. He is not gonna want to give Ohtani what he wants. would I love him? Oh my God, would I die for an Otani on this team? Otani with Vladdy Jr. and a Bo Bichette. Oh damn, all day on that for sure. But I just don't think we can facilitate the money. That's my biggest issue.
For me, it's just You already know with me, Aaron Judge and Otani, I'm taking it all day and Garrett Cole next to him in pitching.
For Cody Bellinger, the top 3 teams seem to always be the Yankees, Cubs, and Giants.
Always, yeah.
I mean that, and also because he I mean we have a big market, and also because he grew up a Yankees fan, so he might take incentive to go play for his favorite team growing up.
I don't know how the Giants got into that, but wait. Oh, Matt Chapman. Okay, so Giants and Diamondbacks are landing spots potentially for Matt Chapman. I mean, we need a third baseman. I wouldn't mind that. When it said Chapman, I literally thought it meant Aroldis Chapman.
Aroldis Chapman. Oh my God.
But
yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sign his tenure with the Blue Jays. He thinks that we're undercutting him and not really giving him what he's worth. Even though, I think they're being pretty respectful. I think he wants something more like 35-40 million a year or something like that. So Blue Jays are not going there. They offered him, I think it was 28, and he said no. So now they're waiting.
Yep. But I mean, we got through all the topics there though. So it'll be interesting to see that.
It's raining.
What was that?
Well, where you're at?
It's raining in KC.
Oh, really?
Oh, tonight's game. Oh, damn.
Oof. It was raining out here for a pretty good amount of time the last week or so.
It's been cold where I'm at. No rain, just
pretty
cold.
Dude, it actually has not gotten cold yet out here. It's crazy. This is the first, month of November where it's still warm out here.
Because
it's still cold as shit where I'm at.
It's already snowed here.
It's still in the 50s and 60s out here.
It's around 30 right now. It's 35 where I'm at right now. So yeah,
cool. We don't get any more actual winters anymore. Shit, that's
Falcons announced they are going to start Desmond Ridder week 12.
Oh really?
Yep.
The Falcon. What happened to Heineke?
No. Well, he did get injured, but I don't know if.
Oh, he got hurt. So,
I don't know if they just benched.
49ers. I can't really say his name because I know I'm gonna butcher it. Their safety.
Oh yeah, Talanoa Hufanga. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Done. Yeah. And the Browns lose Rodney McLeod as well. He's done for the year.
Do the Eagles play bad in the rain or something?
No, just the fact that when we played the Patriots and. It was a horrible fucking game because of just the weather-wise. So it's going to be lots of running. Like I said, lots of running.
1980s game today.
Yes.
But we got through everything. This was another good episode. I'm going to try to get more people on here starting next week. I know Mitch said that he'd be able to be a guest for one episode, so I might try to get him on here.
Cool.
Be good for that. I got nothing else. We got through all the topics. You guys got anything left to say before we wrap it up?
Well, nothing really much. I'm just ready for tonight's game, I guess.
Yep, me too. I'm actually going to watch it, so see what happens.
I'm going to be streaming with the creator of the Hardcore Sports NFL Reality Check, so make sure to tune in for that. Eagles versus Chiefs. Let's go.
Yep. Thank you guys for everyone who stopped by. Make sure to like up the stream on your way out. Eagles Chiefs. I'm actually gonna watch it. It better be a good game.
I hope so. I hope it is.
Better be a good game.
Yeah, hopefully not. It's not a necrophilia or it's like this.
Yeah. And no one get hurt, please. No one get hurt. Both sides.
Nope. Yeah, no one gets hurt. It's too many injuries this year.
Enough injuries this year, so yeah. But anyway, with that being said, guys, that is a wrap on episode 12, and we're out.